just found a note, and we were remiss in missing a happy 79th birthday to a friend down in Gridley. And a few days late, we would like to wish a very happy number 79 to Mr. Elmer Edson of Gridley, California. Certainly hope that he enjoys tonight's broadcast. We understand that he never misses one or a giant game when he can get there. Tito Fuentes will be the leadoff batter against young Al Santorini. Boy, don't you imagine there's joy in New York tonight. There have been a lot of winners in New York, the Dodgers and the Yankees and the Giants for many a year, but the New York Mets have won it all. Don Clendenon had a pair of home runs. When I say they've won it all, they've won the Western Division Championship and the Eastern Division Championship. And for manager Gil Hodges and a lot of our friends on the New York Mets, including Yogi Berra, Joe Pignatano, and other fine veterans that we happen to know, sincere congratulations. And the Giants know that they must win tonight. Fuentes with a batting average of 270. San Diego will be leaving here to go to Atlanta to play. Here's the pitch high and inside for ball one. And Houston will go to Cincinnati, and then Atlanta and Cincinnati will be battling it out in the final 2 days of the season while the Giants are at home against San Diego. The pitch to Tito is called a strike, and it's 1-1. Chris Palacudas behind the plate. Here's the windup and next pitch to Tito. Santorini gets the outside. Now it's strike two. This Santorini was a high bonus rookie with the Atlanta Braves, and they let him get away in the expansion draft, and he, like other young pitchers, have been to the well-off on this year, and they've learned how to pitch. Now the pitch on the way to Tito. Swung on and fouled over the string. 270 batting average. Now the 1-2 pitch. Low and away for ball two and strike two. Ron Hunt will follow. And then Willie Mays. Shallow center field played by Ivan Murrell. The pitch to Tito, swung on, lined over shortstop in left center field. Base hit. Ron Hunt will be the Giants' batter. Tito stayed on balance beautifully there, and that was actually an inside pitch that he stroked to left field. Say, if you get a wrong number while dialing long distance, here's all you have to do. Just call the operator and tell her what happened, and she'll be sure to slow you. She'll see that you're not charged. That's Tito's fifth straight ball game and 13 of his last 14. Hunt is up the plate now, and Ron has been meeting the ball in great style. The lead at first base, the pitch to Hunt, bunted down the third baseline, and goes foul. With Juan Marichal going tonight, the Giants can afford to go for the one-run lead, as Juan is a pretty good bet to pitch a shutout against anybody that he faces, although he is suffering with a heavy cold tonight. Nate Colbert keeping Fuentes close to first. Western coach is there, and Virgil over at third. The delivered it to Ron Hunt is strike two call. Breaking. Arcia right in the middle of the double play starting territory. Tall, rangy boy, good pair of hands. Mays will follow. Fuentes is at first. Tito leads. Now the pitch to Hunt. It's a pitch out. They thought Fuentes might be going. Cannizzaro loves to throw the ball and can. He fired to first, but not in time. From here, the Giants, with the day off, go to Los Angeles to play Friday night, Saturday day, and Sunday day all in color on Channel 2 for your viewing pleasure, and also, of course, on the radio station to which you're listening. The delivery to Hunt is outside and high for ball 2 and a count of 2-2. Two strikes. And there's a go to first base for Santorini. Just a leisurely toss. Ronnie Hunt had a double last night that almost won the ball game for the Giants, which the Padres won 5-4. Now the look. The delivery to Hunt is inside for ball 3. That sets up what more than likely will be a hit-and-run play. Batting average is .261. Colbert holding Fuentes close to first. Santorini looks, throws. Fuentes goes. Pitch is taken for a called strike, and Fuentes is out behind his feet. Perfect throw by Cannizzaro to Tommy Dean. Fuentes did not get anything on his slide at all, and Willie Mays will be the batter. That's one thing you don't see often. Is Ron Hunt taking a called third strike. Center fielder Willie Mays, the Giants batter, with an average of .286. Went for the collar last night after getting number 600 the night before. The pitch to Mays, a swing and a miss, a swing and a foul tip. Strike one. Willie McCovey will be up next. Here's the 0-1 delivery to Willie. There's a breaking pitch outside for a ball and a count of 1-1. If Mays hits number 601 tonight, or Colbert hits number 24, there'll be a drawing for 2 free box seats for next season's San Diego games. Now the 1-1 delivery. Mays fouls it back to the backstop. Santorini certainly made a good pitch to strike out Ron Hunt. Now he's over the top with a pitch to Mays that's high. He had him taking. Mays was back on his heels, but the pitch was high for ball 2. Mays with 13 home runs on the season. And Al Santorini into the windup for the delivery. Mays is called out on a changeup that hit the outside corner. Strike 3, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, no runners left. We go to the bottom of the first inning with San Diego coming to bat and the Giants scoring.
Los Angeles, city of dreams and dream makers, fantasy capital of the world. Be right where the stars work and live. Round trip San Francisco to Los Angeles costs just 75 cents. Pacific Telephone reminds you that after 6 p.m. weekdays and all weekends, you can call Round Trip anywhere in California, 3 minutes station to station for just 85 cents or less, plus tax. Fly Pacific Telephone lines.
And that's an important travel tip, friends, because the telephone really is the easy and quick way to pay your family or friends a visit. When you begin to get in touch with someone, you can reach them in the time it takes to make a few spins of the dial. In a matter of seconds, you're there. Travel comfort, you can't beat the relaxed atmosphere of your own home. And the cost, you just can't get any lower than when you fly Pacific Telephone lines.
Jose Arcia will be the leadoff batter, followed by Roberto Pena and by Ollie Brown against Marichal, who's looking for win number 21 tonight and going to be fighting a heavy cold. The Giants defensively with Jimmy Hart in left field, Mays in center, Bobby Bonds in right, Fuentes at third, Lanier at shortstop, Hart at second base, McCovey at first, and Arcia, who has hit in timely fashion in this series, will be up here to bat right-handed. Right-handed hitter against a right-handed pitcher. And Marichal winds and throws to Arcia. A breaking pitch for a called strike. Didn't start him off with a fastball. Marichal will pitch in Sunday's game against the Dodgers against Bill Singer. Now one kicks, throws. Arcia lines a drive to left field for a base hit. Jimmy Hart is up with it, fires it back to the infield, and these Padres are tough. And if you recall, I started saying about a month ago, beware of an expansion team in the month of September, that they say the schedule favors certain clubs because they must play certain teams. We don't go along with that at all. This will be Roberto Pena. A wire from Harvey Cook, who wants to send the best to Walls and Teddy Edwards, who are down from Palo Alto with the Giants booster group. The pitch to Pena is on the inside corner for a called strike. Arcia with his lead. Wally Moon coaches at first, at third base, Sparky Anderson. There goes Arcia. No, he doesn't go. The ball is grounded foul. Arcia made a big break, and he was only bluffing, and Pena fouled it off. Breaking pitch over the outside. Roberto is batting .244. He had 3 hits last night and set up what proved to be the winning run with a smash off the glove of Willie McCovey. He's got a quick bat.
One of those players where it's tough to defend against him. Rusty hits the ball to off-field, just flashes at the ball, and you never know how to play or pitch him.
Marichal looks at Arcia, delivers to Pena. That's high for a ball. Hyatt flips to McCovey at first. No play on Arcia. Number 11, Pena waiting. Marichal now checking, delivers. Arcia goes. Pena swings and bounds it through the hole in the left field. And going to third base is Arcia. And San Diego is really in business. For some reason or other, Lanier went over to cover there. And the ball shot through the hole, and the batter will be Ollie Brown. It appeared that Pena, a skillful hitter, waited until the pitch was almost on him and saw that Lanier was breaking and deliberately rolled the ball through the left side. Ollie Brown, who broke up last night's ball game, is up here. Runners at first and third. Marichal has not thrown a fastball. He delivers to Ollie Brown a fastball for a called strike. On the count. Marichal trying for the strikeout now. Delivers to the big O, and Ollie takes high for a ball, and it's 1-1. And Brown, of course, loves to do well against the Giants, his former teammates. Here's the pitch to Ollie, a swing and a miss on a breaking pitch, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brown with a batting average of .265. And a good crowd here in San Diego tonight. Start their rhythmic applause designed to upset the pitcher and encourage the home club. Fuentes deep at third. Marichal ready, delivers to Ollie Brown, who fouls it back to the backstop, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. San Diego with runners at first and third and threatening to score first. Al Ferrara, the cleanup hitter, due up next. Marichal getting his target from Jack Hiatt. Arcia down the line at third as Marichal is waiting. Juan sidearms Ollie Brown and misses. That's his first sidearmer. It's ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brown stands fairly close to the plate. Here's Juan ready. Now he sets. Comes in sidearm. Brown takes low, and it's ball 3, and Jack Hiatt and Marichal are greatly upset. They thought they had it. Now the Padres are a running team. Pena at first base is not particularly fast, but they might send him here to break up the possible double play. Marichal from the waist is ready. He throws to Ollie Brown, who fouls it back, and he had a big rip on a breaking pitch. Nobody down.
Russ, the only reason he wasn't going is that he can't let Ollie Brown strike out into a double play right now. If he hits into a double play, that's something else. The run will score, but he can't let him strike out into a double play.
So the count is 3-2. Padres trying to get a bundle. And Marichal looks, comes over the top. Brown swings, hits it up the alley in the left center field. 2 runs will score. Mays takes it off the fence, fires it into there. They hold Pena at third. And the Padres lead 1-0 as Brown clotheslined one. Mays played it off the wall beautifully. And it's 1-0 in favor of San Diego with nobody down. Now remember, they got a big 4 in the first inning yesterday. Went on to win it 5-4. And the batter will be Al Ferrara. Brown hit a picture line drive. Ferrara with a batting average of .265. And the Giants will play the infield back, and they will pitch to Ferrara. Pena held at third. Brown is on at second. Marichal winds and throws to Ferrara. A number foul behind the plate. So in 2 turns at bat now, his last 2 turns at bat against the Giants, Ollie Brown has driven in runs. Ferrara backs out. Marichal with his target. Now stands on the slab, on the first base corner of the slab. Kicks back, throws to Ferrara. Swinging a foul. He's not fooling anybody. They are really having cuts.
Doesn't look like Juan has a real good screwball tonight, Russ. At least at this early part of the game, he hasn't been able to get any real good action on the ball, and they've been kind of waiting and taking picks at that fastball of his.
And Juan is the type of pitcher who needs to have everything going for him. That's why he's won 190 ball games. Infield is deep, outfield is deep. Marichal throws to Ferrara, who swings and misses. Strike 3. There was the screwball. And Nate Colbert will be the batter, and more than likely will draw ball 4 to set up a possible double play with Ivan Murrell coming to the plate. No, they're going to pitch to him. They will pitch to Nate Colbert, who has 23 home runs on the year. Marichal throws to big first baseman and misses inside, and Hiatt has to block the ball down. There's 1 down.
Your attention, please, Mr. William.
Colbert batting .255.
Please report to security.
Mr. William Dean to the cure.
Ivan Murrell to follow. Marichal to the rosin bag. Colbert, another fine youngster that the Padres acquired in the expansion draft. Marichal bluffs Ollie Brown back to second, and you get the usual cries of balk. You can bluff the second and third all you want to. Now the 1-0 pitch to Colbert. Swung on and fouled to the right side for a ball and a strike. New baseball back to Juan Marichal. Ollie Brown leaves second base, and he's got a big lead. Todd is protecting the territory to his left. Now one into the windup. The pitch to Colbert is low and outside for ball two. One wouldn't mind walking him if he won't go for a bad ball. The count is 2-1 to number 17, Nate Colbert. Pena moves down the line at third. And Marichal from the full windup delivers to the plate. And Colbert swings and misses on a curve, and it's strike two, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fuentes guarding the third base line. Marichal's hands on his knees. Now into the windup. The pitch to Nate Colbert is swung on and missed, strike 3. So there are 2 down. We'll pause for station identification. This is the Golden West Radio Network. In Tempe. Ivan Murrell, who has improved his average greatly since early in the season, batting .259, has 22 runs batted in. Is not much of a long-range hitter. He goes mostly for singles and doubles. Swings and hits a line drive to left field. Jimmy Hart is back, and it's off his glove. 2-run score. And it's an error for Jimmy Hart, and the score is 3-0. The ball was well hit, but Hart should have eaten it up. The batter will be Chris Cannizzaro. 2 unearned runs, but they're on the scoreboard, and San Diego leads 3-0. Chris Cannizzaro will be the batter with Morell at second. Here's Marichal delivering to Cannizzaro. There's a take strike called over the outside. Scoreboard had flashed a double. Now they've flashed an error. Here's the pitch. Cannizzaro takes strike 2.
Yes, Jim Ray might have lost that ball in the lights. He kind of staggered a little bit out that ball, and it looked like for a minute he might have just lost it, perhaps either in the lights or somewhere in the stands up here.
That's coating the pill a little bit, Rig, but nevertheless, I guess that's what had to happen. Now the 0-2 pitch to Cannizzaro. Marichal over the top, misses high. Ball 1. San Diego 3-0. Trying to put the Giants down 1 on the losing side. The lead at second. The pitch to Cannizzaro is swung on and missed, strike 3. Marichal strikes out the side in giving up 3 runs, 2 of which were unearned on 3 hits, 1 horrendous error, and 1 runner left, and at the end of 1 inning. San Diego leads 3-0.
Hi. What's the first thing you think of when you hear State Farm? Car insurance? Well, okay, but what's the second thing? Homeowners insurance?
What's the third thing? Give up? It's life insurance. State Farm sells a lot of it, enough to put them among the fastest growing of the major life insurers. One reason for this is the famous State Farm Good Deal, a life policy for just about any family need. Life insurance from State Farm can provide you with money to help put the kids through college, or pay off the mortgage if it outlives you, or help make your retirement years your best years. A State Farm life insurance policy can give you money to use any way you want to use it. Just remember this, for your car, your home, or your life, State Farm is all you need to know about insurance. See State Farm agent Charles Trantina at 12242 111th Avenue in Youngstown. Dial 933-8271, or Philip Welch at 1419 West Indian School Road in Phoenix. Dial 274-7451.
So, with coming from behind to do, the San Francisco Giants will send up Willie McCovey, Bobby Bonds, and Jimmy Hart. McCovey with a batting average of .328, one hit last night.
Leading off on the Giants, number 44, Willie McCovey, first base.
Big three on the scoreboard, making a tremendous difference to Santorini. He delivers to McCovey, and the pitch is called a strike over the outside corner. Three infielders on the right side. Now the delivery to McCovey. Swung on, bounded foul down the first baseline, past the first base coach, Wes Westrom. Strikes the count. And the windup of Santorini. The delivery to McCovey high for a ball. Santorini. Started a game right out of the bushes against the Giants in Atlanta. Didn't last. And when San Diego found him on the expansion list, they went for him in a hurry. 1-2 delivery. McCovey hits it off the fifth foul and broke a bat. Fouled it down the first baseline, and he has to go over and get himself another piece of timber. Tonight's paid attendance will nudge the San Diego club over the 500,000 mark, which is not nearly what they expected. When they opened the gates down here, they expected a lot more than that. But it takes a while for fan enthusiasm to grow. I cheated them out of 100,000. They will go over the 600,000 mark. McCovey takes ball two outside.
Your attention, please, Mr. Leland Blackfield. Mr. Leland Blackfield, please report to security, gate out at 1.
2 balls, 2 strikes to number 44, Willie McCovey. Trying to get something started for the Giants. Santorini delivers. McCovey bounds it fair to Colbert at first base. He changed up on Willie and got him out on a beautiful pitch. Bobby Bonds will be the batter now.
That's number 25, Bobby Bonds, right field.
Jim Hart will follow. Bonds with a season's average of .260. Santorini looks over the fleet outfielder, delivers. Bobby takes a called strike. He doesn't have a cold, he has flu, but he's still playing. The 0-1 delivery. A swing and a miss on a changeup. Strike 2. They've just posted the Atlanta-Houston score. Atlanta 2-1. Jarvis the winner, Griffin the loser. And the pitch by Santorini. Bonds takes high and away as he threw him another curveball. Young Al Santorini delivers to the plate. Bonds takes way outside for ball 2 and strike 2. Even up now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Santorini delivers. Bonds checks, takes ball 3. 3-2 the count. With a 3-run lead, Santorini might curve Bonds again. He wouldn't mind the base on balls at this time. He comes in with a pitch. Bonds pops it up high, foul, and maybe playable. Colbert comes over to the seat. It's just off the front railing. So Bonds will have another chance. Three balls, 2 strikes to number 25, Bobby Bonds. Santorini worried a lot about it. He's chewing bubble gum out there. Now the 3-2 pitch, the delivery, inside, ball 4 to Bobby Bonds, and Jimmy Hart will be the Giants' batter. Giants get their second base runner. Say the next time you're looking for something to buy or sell or rent, remember, when you need help, you'll find help fast in the yellow pages.
The next out, number 16, Jim Ray Hart LF.
Tony and Betty Bartlett, Giant fans, want to say hello to the gang in San Mateo, vacationing in this area. Santorini throws to Hart, who pops it up into short center. Arcia goes back, will have no trouble making the catch. He does for out number 2. That was going to be caught by somebody. Arcia just happened to get there first. The Giant batter will be Jack Hiatt. Batting average of 194. 2 down, 3-0, San Diego leading. Bobby Bonds leads, and Santorini throws over there quickly. Here's the stretch. The pitch to Hiatt, a check swing, the pitch high, ball 1. Hal Lanier will follow. Number 7 at the plate as Bonds leads. And Santorini throws to Hiatt, who takes a breaking pitch for a called strike. Ball on a strike as Santorini looks at first and throws again over there.
Well, Russ, even though the Giants are behind, it isn't the worst play in the world to let Bobby go. You might pick up a quick run here, and the way he can steal bases, it's a pretty good chance he could beat him.
Bonds' bluff doesn't go. Hiatt takes outside for ball 2. Three 0 San Diego early in the ballgame. The Giants have plenty of time to make a run at them. And the 2-1 pitch to Jack Hiatt. Inside off the glove of Cannizzaro, ball 3. 3-1. Hiatt looks to Ozzie Virgil for the hitter take sign. The 3-1 delivered to Hiatt. Foul back. He was ripping away on the 3-1 pitch. Bonds will surely go now, and Colbert will play behind Bobby Bonds. Santorini sets. There goes Bonds. Hiatt swings, fouls it to right field. Santorini in 172 and 2/3 innings, well, it's more than that now, about 174, has given up only 11 home runs. Of course, this is a big park, and it takes a shot to get him out of here. Bonds goes. Hiatt fouls it deep to right field. Santorini has pitched one shutout, and that was against the Giants. It's 3-2 to Jack Hiatt as Bonds is ready. And a throw to first base with Colbert standing off the bag. But Santorini didn't block. He threw through. Shows he's got a head on him. Now the pitch on the way. Hiatt takes high for ball 4. Correction, Santorini held the Giants to 1 run in 7 innings, and then Rehberger came in to lock the door. Hal Lanier, the Giants batter, with Bonds at second and Hiatt at first. Lanier, with 35 runs batted in, got the Giants on the scoreboard with their first run with a broken bat single to center last night. The pitch to Lanier, low and away for ball 1. Leads at first, Bonds at second, the stretch, and the pitch. Lanier swings, taps it foul off the right of the plate. They really bunch up on Hal. His base hits have to have radar because the outfielders play him so shallow, the infielders play him well back. No way for Hal to bloop one. Morell plays him in left center. Ollie Brown straight away in right. None of them back. There are 2 outs. San Diego leads 3-0. Santorini throws. Lanier takes strike 2 call over the outside corner. One and 2. Marichal will follow as Santorini looks in. Now delivers to Lanier, who pops it up into short right field. Arcia is back. He'll make the play. And the Siders will come. For the Giants, no runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left on. We move to the bottom of inning number 2, and San Diego leads 3-0.
Hi, everybody. This is Edie Gourmet. It's Music City.
It sure is, Edie. Wallach's Music City in Tower Plaza. It's the one real music supermart in Arizona where you'll find everything the music world can offer. What's more, you'll save like mad on the things you want, like That's right, Bill Bentley's great new album on the MGM label, soft and soulful. And at Wallach's Music City right now, it's $2 full off. Give it a spin. Take it home and enjoy for $2 off. And you'll find not only all the music, but all the ways there are to hear it. Radios, stereo consoles, stereo portables, tape decks of all kinds, disc and tape stereo systems. Name your pleasure and name your price. You'll find them both at Wallach's Music City.
Get right to the wonderland of music.
Tickets for all major attractions on sale at Wallach's Music City, Tower Plaza, East Thomas Road at 39th Street.
Tommy Dean will lead off, followed by Santorini and by Jose Arcia. Marichal to pitch the shortstop, sends one in, fast on the inside, foul back. Pitch for Marichal. Dean swings, doesn't get it. Strike 2. He's batting 168. Making all the plays at shortstop, and they say he will improve as a hitter. Here's Marichal's next pitch. It's high and inside for ball 1, 1 and 2. Nothing, San Diego. Marichal throwing to the plate. Dean flubs one off the end of the bat. Hutt catches it in short right field on one hop but can't make the play. Oh, I tell you, things are really going great. He hit that one right on the varnish. Going to be scored as a base hit, a little slicer that McCovey could not get to, and Hutt chased it down in short right but had no play. And Santorini will be the batter, with Jose Arcia to follow. Fuentes will play shallow at third. The pitch to Santorini is high and inside for ball one. Santorini batting 119. Sent 7 hits for 59, so he is no total loss. And one of his 7 hits was a triple. Here's the next delivery. He bunts it back to Fuentes. Throws to second. In time. Back to first, not in time. Oh, I think the Giants got a big break there. That was very close at second base. Very close at second base. Fans don't like the call. And Jose Arcia will be the batter. Right-handed hitter who led off the ball game with a single, and eventually the Padres got 3 runs, 2 of them unearned, but they're on the board. Roberto Pena will follow. Marichal delivers to Arcia, high and tight for ball one. Arcia batting .215. Marichal checks at first, now throws. Jose sends a fly ball well out into right field. Bobby Bonds well back. He hit that ball a long way. Bonds makes the catch on the warning track. And Roberto Pena will be the batter. He's had 1 hit tonight. He had 3 last night and 1 the night before. He's had 3 doubles and 2 singles. His last hit was a hit-and-run single that set up the big inning for San Diego. Now Santorini at first. Pena, right-handed hitter. Marichal throws. Roberto swings and misses for strike one. Now Juan with his target from Hiatt. Delivers to the plate. Pena takes high and inside for a ball, and the count's 1-1. Ball on a strike. Here's the stretch by Juan. His next pitch to Pena. Low and inside for ball 2 and a count of 2 balls and 1 strike. Ollie Brown, who drove in the first run with a clean line shot double to left field, will be the next batter. Now ready for the 2-1-er. Marichal throws. Pena swings, fouls it away. That ball back over the screen, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to number 11, Roberto Pena. Hiatt targeting the pitcher. Santorini staying at first base. The pitch to Pena is bounded high to shortstop. Lanier has it, throws it to second base in time for the force out to retire the side. And it's no runs with 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on. And at the end of 2, the score of the ball game is 3-0 San Diego. Fans, you've no doubt heard about the wonderful Chevron spirit. You've heard it described as warm, friendly service. True. But there's another kind of spirit, too, and that spirit is lively. I'm talking about Chevron gasoline. They're blended to the exacting needs of today's driving, so your car always runs at peak efficiency with lots of life and pep. Take my advice and do as millions of other motorists do. Get your share of the lively spirit by filling up your tank with one of 3 grades of Chevron gasolines at Chevron dealer standard stations. You'll like the lively spirit.
There are more Chevron dealers standard stations in the West than any other brand, and more experienced men on hand to serve you. More men, more stations, open more hours of the day. That's the secret of Chevron standard service.
Juan Marichal will lead off with the San Francisco Giants, followed by Tito Fuentes, and then by Ron Hunt. San Diego leads 3-0. Here's Lon Simmons.
Santorini after work. This is his first start since September 12th. They had a sore shoulder. You wouldn't know it. Or what he's doing out there in the first 2 innings tonight. He's pumping hard. Giants trailing 3-0 as Jimmy Hart dropped a fly ball in left field that allowed 2 runs to come in. The Padres had 1 run with 2 men out. And then the fly ball to Hart. He dropped it. Looked as though he might have lost it in the lights. He reached up. The ball hit his glove. Fell out, but he sort of shied away from it. But he dropped it one way or another. Juan Marichal up here takes low for a ball, 1-0. Marichal, Fuentes, and Hunt. The Giants have 1 hit, and that was Tito's leadoff single. Hunt and Mays both struck out. Hunt striking out into a double play on a 3-2 pitch. A strike call to Marichal. 1-1. Last night, the Padres got away in front with 4 in the first inning. Tonight, they got 3. A foul at the plate. 1-2. Ollie Brown's really playing back deep in right field for Marichal. I can understand that. A ball and 2 strikes to Juan and Santorini. Takes a long look. Now the right-hander delivers. Swung on, bounded back to Santorini, who spins off the mound to make the grab, throws to first. And Marichal is retired for out number 1. With 1 down, Tito Fuentes up here. Three runs on 4 hits for the Padres. No runs on 1 hit and 1 error for the Giants. In case you haven't heard, Atlanta has already won 2-1 from Houston. Cincinnati beats the Dodgers. Pitch is high to Fuentes for a ball. Well, after Cincinnati's win, if the Giants don't win, Cincinnati breathing down their necks again. It'd only be a game and a half back of the Giants. Pitch misses for a ball, 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch. Ball 3, too high to Tito. And more importantly, if the Giants were to lose tonight, they would drop a game and a half behind Atlanta. That would be that loss column. Strike 3-1. So Tito was a 3-1 count and 1 out. Bases empty. The 3-1 pitch. Inside for ball 4. Tito walks. One thing the Giants are going to have to try to do tonight, it was a tough break on that drop fly ball for a couple of reasons. Because Santorini not having pitched for so long, if you can stay close, he might fire in the late innings. There are more Chevron dealer standard stations open more hours a day than any other brand in the West. There are also more men on hand to serve you, and that's the secret of Chevron standard service. Here's the pitch to Ron Hunt. A check swing and a foul, strike 1. You cannot order Navy grog, Greg. You have to order Supreme. I don't know if they've cleared the field in New York or not. They were still celebrating a short time ago after the Mets won that Eastern Division. Breaking pitch, strike 2 to Hunt. Well, that was a good pitch by Santorini. 0-2 count. Ron was called out on strikes his first time up. He was called out on strikes in the 3-2 pitch with 20s running, and Tito was thrown out at second. 0-2 to Hunt. The stretch and the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, line to center field for a base hit. So Hunt singles on the 0-2 delivery. And the Giants have runners at first and second. The Giant boosters come alive to our left with Mays coming up here. We'll pause for station identification. This is the Golden West Radio Network.
KUPD in Tempe.
Mays struck out his first time. 20's at second, Hunt at first. Santorini pitching from a stretch. The pitch to Willie. Swung on and fouled away. Mays didn't have a very good swing at that pitch. It was a low delivery of some sort, and he was sort of running after the ball as he swung at it. Strike one count to him. Outfield deep. Santorini stretches. The pitch outside and high for a ball, and it's 1-1. That single by Hunt extends his hitting streak to 7. 1-1 pitch. Swung on, popped up to center. Morell coming in, waiting for it, makes the catch. And that's out number 2. And Willie McCovey will be up here. So McCovey, who bounded up to first his first time, is up here where he could tie it up if he hit his 45th home run. That would be his all-time Major League high. He has 44, which is his previous best with the Giants. Same number as he has on his back, and he'd like to get that number 45 right now. 3 infielders, the right of second. The pitch to McCovey. Low for a ball. 20's at second, Hunt at first. Three to nothing. The Padres lead. We're in the top of the third. Pitch to McCovey. Outside for ball 2. Santorini doesn't look like he's going to give anything to McCovey that he might be able to hit out of here. He might be thinking he'd rather work to Bonds with the bases loaded than work to McCovey with 2 runners on them. There's a strike over the outside, and McCovey turns to question Chris Cannizzaro about that call.
You know, Lon, as managers, we all take up hitters like McCovey and Killebrew and tell our pitchers in a jam like this, just don't give in to them. But, you know, their pitchers challenge them once in a while.
2-1 pitch. Swung on and lined to the shortstop. A line drive. The shortstop, Dean, to the right of second base, fell down as that ball was just curving. He was running towards second. The ball started curving behind him. He fell down and made a one-handed catch. So McCovey lines out. No runs on 1 hit. No errors and 2 runners left. This might be one of those nights also. You can never tell. So at the end of 2.5, the score, the Padres 3 and the Giants nothing. The whole world hasn't really changed much, but now you can see more things, do more things, enjoy travel more, because the new Chevron Travel Club expands your world of travel. It's a club that opens up new adventures by car with valuable travel ideas. As a club member, you'll be covered with a remarkable low-cost, broad, full-time, all-risk accidental loss of life insurance plan. One that's worth up to $27,400 and good wherever you go, even worldwide. You'll also receive a new quarterly magazine that puts exciting travel ideas at your fingertips. In addition, you'll receive a Road Atlas personalized trip kits, a Thermo Keep picnic bag, plus other free gifts. A Chevron National Credit Card makes you eligible to join. So stop by any Chevron dealer or standard station and see how easy it is for credit card holders to join the Chevron Travel Club and qualify for that remarkable low-cost insurance. Juan Marichal will work to Ollie Brown. Ollie doubled, driving a run his first time. Scored a run later when Jimmy Hart dropped the fly ball. Breaking pitch low and inside, screwball. 1-0. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Padres. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 error for the Giants. The let-up misses for ball 2. 2-0. Right-hand batting Ollie Brown. Ferrara and Colbert to follow. Marichal delivers, swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. Padres got 3 runs in the first inning. 1 of them earned. Two-one pitch, swung on a miss, strike 2. Marichal has thrown Ollie Brown just about all screwballs this time up. Count 2-2. And Juan works sidearm. Fastball, loop to left field. Jimmy Hart is there. And Jimmy he makes the catch, but he acts as though he couldn't see that ball. He must be having trouble with the lights out there because he sort of looked like he was going to build a fence around that one and made the catch for the first out. So Brown flies out softly to left field. With 1 down, Al Ferrara will be up here. Struck out his first out. Jimmy, the way he's playing, Jim doesn't look like he can see out there at all. There's a pitch inside for a ball. He is rig watch Hart when Marichal gets ready to pitch. He's getting way down out there and looking like he's having to peer in at the plate to see the
Evidently, he's getting a glare off these lights behind us up here, Lon, because he's really peering down through the infield trying to pick up the ball when Juan lets it go.
Count of 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Strike. 1-1. The ball on a strike to Al Ferrara with 1 out. Bottom of the third. 3-0. The Padres lead. And Marichal is ready to work. The pitch swung on and missed. 1-2. Chuck, are you listening? Chuck Feeney's sitting over in that next booth over there. If he sees you smiling, you're in trouble. 1-2 count. And Marichal has the target from Hiatt. He kicks, delivers, fouled away, and it stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Well, Marichal, it looks like he's going almost exclusively with that screwball against his hitters.
Mr. Doc Keith, please report to security gate. Mr. Doc Keith, security, please.
1-2 to Al Ferrara with 1 out. The base is empty. 3-0. The Padres in front. And Juan delivers to Ferrara. Low for a ball. 2-2. Outfield well around to the left for Ferrara. The tambourine men are out in the bleachers in left field, or the plaza area, as they call it. A 2-2 delivery. Swung on. Soft fly ball to left field. Jimmy has trouble on that one and then makes the catch. So Hart makes the catch in left field, and that is the second out. And every ball that goes out there is going to be a thrill tonight.
He's just not picking the ball up off the bat at all, Lon, and it's got to be something back here in the lights. There are some parts that in certain fields you can't pick it up until it gets above the lights, and a couple of those balls have been just about light high, so to speak, and those are especially the one that he dropped and the one that he fought a minute ago.
Nate Colbert up here struck out his first time. Takes a let up high for a ball, 1-0. 2 down, bases empty. Bottom of the third. Padres 3, Giants nothing. Well, it must be a panicky feeling to be standing out there and not be able to pick up the ball. 1-0 pitch. Sidearm fastball is a strike. It's 1-1.
As the case would have it, Lon, everyone's shooting it out that way right now, too, and especially with Marichal throwing a lot of breaking balls and screwballs to these right-handers, they're going to be able to pull it
1-1 pitch. A bit outside for a ball, and it's 2-1. Two balls and a strike, 2 out, bases empty. Juan slows his pace a bit. Now ready to work. Over the top, a swing and a miss. 2-2. Outfield is backed up for Colbert, who has great power. And Juan fires a swing and a miss. Struck him out on a fastball. Hiatt drops the ball. Colbert didn't know it. Hiatt picks it up now and throws the first as Colbert discovers the fact that the ball was dropped by Hiatt and starts running towards the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. At the end of 3 innings, it's the Padres 3, the Giants nothing, and here's Bill Thompson.
Atlanta beat Houston 2-1. A 3-hitter for Jarvis, Griffin the losing pitcher. Gonzalez home run in the 8th inning, the winning run for the Braves. Joe Morgan had homered for Houston in inning number 1. Cincinnati 7, Los Angeles 2. Cloninger the winner, Bill Singer the loser. Haller had a home run for the Dodgers, bench for the Reds. New York won the Eastern Division by blanking St. Louis 6-0. Gary Gentry the winner, Steve Carlton the loser. Don Clendenon had a pair of home runs for the Mets, and Ed Charles hit 1. Chicago beat Montreal 6-3. Bill Hands getting his 19th win. Renko the loser. Philadelphia and Pittsburgh were rained out. The American League, Chicago beat Oakland 2-1. John the winner. Dobson the loser. Melton's 21st home run of the year in the 4th inning with 1 on gave the White Sox the win. Minnesota beat Kansas City 2-1. Woodson the winner. Drago the loser. Rennick a home run for the Twins. After 4.5 innings, California leads Seattle 3-0. Broadbender for Seattle, May for the Angels. Spencer and Reichard have homered for California. Baltimore 4, Cleveland 3 in 11 innings. Hall the winner, Law the loser. Horton a home run for Cleveland. In 14 innings, Boston beat New York 1-0. Siebert the winner, Bonson the loser. The first of 2, Washington 8, Detroit 4. Hannon the winner, Denny McClain the loser. Bernie Allen and Frank Howard homer for the Senators for Howard number 47. Washington in the second game has 4 and Detroit 4, so it's a tie ball game after 7. Bobby Bonds leads off for the Giants in the 4th. Bonds, Hart, and Hiatt. Bonds drew a walk his first time. As Santorini delivers the let-up, breaking pitch, strike. Gave him a big motion and just dropped that one in that time. Good pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking pitch in the dirt on the outside. And that was a slider.
He's got a big one, Lon. He's got a big sliding ball. Usually most of the pitchers throw a quick slider, but Santorini's got a big one. He takes a little off it, and it's kind of a chain slider, so to speak.
He's in front of Bonds 0-2 and delivers low and away for a ball, 1-2. Three to nothing. San Diego leads in the top of the 4th. Bonds leading off. Pitch swung on and missed. He struck him out. So with 1 down, Jimmy Hart will be the batter. The men at Chevron Dealer Standard Stations have more years of experience than any other group of dealers in the West. More experienced men on hand to serve you quickly and efficiently. That's the secret of Chevron Standard Service. Pitch to Jimmy Hart, misses for a ball. If we got so many cough buttons out here, I was going to turn my microphone up. And I didn't even want to cough. 1-0 pitch. Strike. Fastball good. 1-1. Hal Santorini. He's working effectively to the Giants. Let up, popped up, foul, and possibly playable over near the Padres dugout. It's back into the first row of seats and bounced down on the playing field. Ball and 2 strikes. Well, the Padres just missed the break-even point there as Colbert picked that ball up and tossed it into the stands.
I saw Fuzzy writing something down.
The Padres this year just over the 600,000 mark, and baseball might have been the thing that tipped the scale. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, a fly ball hit to deep left center field. That is way back, and Ferrara goes to the wall. It's off the wall. Jimmy Hart is in at second base with a stand-up double. That looked like it was high enough to maybe get out of here at the 370-foot mark, but it hit right at the top of the wall. And it's a double for Hart. So the Giants get their third hit. Jack Hiatt, who walked his first time, will be the batter. Now, this would be a big run to pick up. As we mentioned, Santorini, who hasn't started a game since September 12th, might tire in the late innings. If he goes into the late innings with a shutout, then he's not only got a chance of surviving, but you can bring in the relievers to bail him out. You can get close, might have a chance of beating him. Strike call to Hiatt over the outside, 0-1. The stretch and the strike one pitch. Strike two called, another breaking pitch. Hiatt took it, and it's 0-2. Nothing and 2, the count to Hiatt, with Hart at second base. And one out. Dean moves in behind Hart. A throw to second, almost threw it in center field, but Dean over there to make the catch behind second base. He saw immediately that throw was not going to be on the bag, nor was he going to have a chance to get Hart, so he just went behind the bag to make the catch. 0-2 pitch. Bit outside for 1-2. Hart, the base runner, second for the Giants, who trail 3-1 in the top of the fourth. Pitch to Hiatt. Low and away for ball two. Padres 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. The Giants no runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. The 1 error, a costly one. 2 runs came in on it. 2-2 pitch. Hiatt swings and misses. He's out on strike. So 2 men are down, and the batter will be Hal Lanier.
The next man, number 22, Hal Lanier, shortstop.
Santorini just threw that ball by Hiatt on that third strike. Just reached back and got everything he had and just threw it right by Jack. Lanier, 0 for 1, takes ball one. Hal popped out to second base his first time up. Outfield shades him to the left. The big area for Lanier is in right center field. He could hit one over second baseman Arcia's head. He lines it down the left field line, and it's a foul ball. Well, that was going to cause all sorts of confusion, but it was foul, and Lanier comes back with a count of 1-1. Hart was going to score. Lanier was going to get 2. But neither of those things happened. The Giants are in one of those situations now where they're not hitting much, but when they do hit, it's either foul or right at somebody, like Willie McCovey's shot in the third inning. Hart has his lead at second, the 1-1 pitch. Lanier pops it up, foul, near the screen, over the screen, out of play. So it's 1-2. Lanier's best chance against this guy is a pitch out away from him that he can go to the opposite side, because when Santorini gets the ball in on him, he seems to overpower him.
He jams it on him then, Lon. You're right. He's Hal, talking with Hal before the game, and he's been trying to hit the ball back up through the middle, and that's where most of his hits have been coming. It keeps him in there a little longer, and he doesn't have to be quite as quick.
Count of a ball and 2 strikes. Santorini taking a long look at the sign, now ready. Takes the stretch, the 1-2 pitch. Struck him out on a high fastball over his head. Lanier is out. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left on. So we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and it's the Padres 3, the Giants nothing.
Now on Chevron Island, it's off with the old and on with the blue. Exciting new Chevron Island blue uniforms. We're making the friendliest island in the world even friendlier with the bright new uniform that caps our welcome to you at the standard station Chevron Gear. As an extra touch, each Chevron Islander wears a name tag on his shirt so you can know him as a personal friend. You'll be seeing a lot of new Chevron Island blue uniforms because there are a lot of islanders. In fact, Chevron Island has more men on hand than any of the others. More hands to serve you. Come to Chevron Island, here to where you are. Now on Chevron Island, it's off with the old and on with the blue. New Chevron Island blue uniforms under the standard sign.
Juan Marichal out to pitch the bottom of the fourth. Worked Ivan Murrell, Chris Cannizzaro, and Tommy Dean. The Padres picked up 3 runs in the first inning. Garcia singled, Pena a hit-and-run single, and Ollie Brown a double to drive in a run. Put runners at second and third. Marichal struck out Ferrara and Colbert. Then Morell hit a fly ball to Jimmy Hart on the warning path in left field. Well hit ball, but Hart should have cut it, but he appeared to lose it in the lights and dropped it. There's a high fly ball to right field this time. Bobby Bonds has a bead on it. Morell not so lucky this time as Bonds casts the ball for out number 1. When Hart dropped Morell's drive, 2 runs scored to make it a 3-0 advantage. And that's the way it stands as we're in the bottom of the fourth. Chris Cannizzaro swings and misses, strike 1. Nothing in 1 count. 0-1 count to Chris Cannizzaro. Right-hand batting catcher. And Marichal delivers to him. Fastball, strike 2. Juan seems to have regained the fastball now. He hasn't thrown many of them, but when he has thrown it, it's had a little something on it. Giants right-hander working 0-2 to Cannizzaro with 1 down. The base is empty. And Marichal delivers a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Cannizzaro strikes out for the second time. Marichal struck out the side in the first inning and has 2 strikeouts since then. And Juan now will work to shortstop Tommy Dean. Tommy Dean hit one right on the very tip of the bat. Got a base hit. Just a little squibber that had a lot of spin on it through the hole into right field. Ron Hunt knocked it down but couldn't make a play on it. Fastball in by his hip. He has to bounce out of there. Ball 1. Two down, bases empty, bottom of the fourth, 3-0. The Padres lead the Giants. Low for a ball. 2-0 to Dean. Fuentes even with a bag at third. The outfield medium deep against Dean. Swing and a fly ball to center. Mays takes 1 step back and waits, taps the glove. That's it for the Padres. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. At the end of 4, the score, the Padres 3, the Giants nothing. I guess you could say that no vacation trip would be complete without worrying about what you forgot to pack or whether the camping ground you're heading for will have running water. But at least you don't have to worry about the kind of service your car will receive along the way, because no matter where you travel throughout the West, there's always a Chevron dealer or a standard station nearby ready to serve you. In fact, there are more signs of the Chevron in the West than any other brand. And there are also more men on hand to help speed you on your way again. So look for the Standard Oil sign, the sign that always says welcome at Chevron Dealer's Standard Station.
There are more Chevron Dealers standard stations in the West than any other brand, and more experienced men on hand to serve you. More men, more stations, open more hours of the day. That's the secret of Chevron Standard Service.
gone by. The Giants are finishing second at the present time to the Padres, 3-0. And as we move to inning number 5, here's the
Juan Marichal will lead off. He'll be followed by Tito Fuentes
Juan Marichal
and Jimmy Hart. We're set for the windup, and the pitch to Juan with a 142 batting average is low and inside for ball 1. As Lon has expressed it, the Giants' hope is that Santorini will tire. That's what you hope against any starting pitcher. Marichal takes a called strike on the inside corner. It's 1-1. Marichal turns to question the call by Chris Cannizzaro. That gives the fans a chance to vent a little anger at Juan. Now the delivery to Juan. Swung on. Missed. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tito Fuentes will follow. Now the pitch. Juan checks that pitch low and outside. Santorini is going more and more to his breaking stuff. And he's ready to deliver 2-2. And the pitch. Marichal nubs it foul over the screen. Even up 2-2, Santorini throws. Marichal swings and misses. Angry at himself, strikes out. Santorini gets his 6th strikeout. And Tito Fuentes will be the Giants' batter. 3-0 San Diego. The Giants at a big hill to climb, and they'll fall a game and a half out of first place to the Atlanta Braves. Santorini blows another bubble out there. He's really a cool kid. He throws to Fuentes. A strike down the middle. Now the pitch. Fuentes pops it up to shortstop. Dean has it for out number 2. This kid's moving the ball around. He's going to be tough to get to. Ron Hunt will be the Giants' batter.
The next batter, number 33, Ron Hunt, second base.
Baltimore keeps on winning, even though everything has been locked up for them for a long time. Hunt, who has one of the Giants' 3 hits, will be the batter. And Hunt takes his usual amount of time, giving Marichal some time to rest. And moves into the plate. He has been called out on strikes and has singled. Pitch to Ron is a check swing on a low breaking pitch for ball 1. 1-0 the count to number 33, Ron Hunt. Here's the pitch. That's good for a called strike. A slider over the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Westrom coaching at first, and Ozzie Virgil over at third. The wind-up and delivery. Hunt bounds it slowly to shortstop. Dean is up with it. Guns his throw in time. And the Giants go quietly 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 3-0 San Diego.
There's luxury for less. That's Ramada in Roadside Hotel. Our service is the best. That's Ramada in Roadside Hotel. For a weekend vacation or to travel the nation, call us for a reservation. We tell the types and everywhere. When you travel the highways or skyways, there's a Ramada Inn.
Here's a tip that'll make your summer vacation easier on you. Quick as an instant, you'll have confirmed room reservations at any Ramada Inn, coast to coast, with Ramada Instant, world's fastest reservation system. Treat the family to scrumptious meals, to a refreshing dip in the pool, and treat yourself to the popular rates. Just call the Ramada Inn nearest you for confirmed reservations instantly.
When you travel the highways or skyways, there's a Ramada Inn, roadside hotel.
The leadoff batter will be Santorini, followed by Arcia and Pena. Jack Hiatt whips the ball down to second base. It goes around to Lanier and back over to Fuentes.
Leading off for the Padres, number 23, Hal Santorini, pitcher.
Santorini tried to sacrifice his last time and bunted into a force out. Takes low on a changeup for ball one. Marichal turns his back on the plate. Bit of disgust and walks back and picks up the rosin bag. Chris Palacutis is slow to anchor, but you don't want to push him too far. Now a curve drops low for ball two, and it's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Strike called over the outside of the knees, and it's 2-1. Now the 2-1 delivery. Strike two called. It's got the inside corner. Two and two. As Marichal delivers, and Santorini takes strike three called over the outside. As Marichal got his sixth strikeout. And we'll pause for station identification. This is the Golden West Radio Network.
KUPD in Tempe.
The Padres out hitting the Giants 4-3. But they got 3 hits in the first inning and were helped on an error by Jimmy Hart. Arcia bounds it to the left side. Lanier with a long throw into the dirt, backhanded by McCovey beautifully. Only way they were going to get him was to throw quickly, and Lanier did not get quite enough on it. But McCovey digs it out of the dirt. And Roberto Pena will be up looking for his 6th hit in the series. Man, this is the time to get that wool-worsted sharkskin suit every wardrobe needs and all the new fall colors. Only $85 at Rusacci. Marichal to pitch to the veteran right-handed hitter, Pena. Comes in with a breaking pitch, a called strike over the outside corner. Here's the delivery. Pena looks at ball one, down low. The count, a ball and a strike. One and one the count. The wind-up and next pitch. Floats in, calls strike two on the inside corner. Juan Marichal with Jack Hiatt behind the plate. Comes over the top to Pena, who bounds it down the first baseline. Backhanded by McKelvey. You're right, Rig. He'll hit the ball anywhere at any time.
He's got a wild swing, Russ. See, that ball was over the top of his cap, and he hit it right down the right field line.
But it retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. And at the end of 5 full innings of play, San Diego leads 3-0.
Hi there, everybody. This is Ella Fitzgerald saying, it's Music City.
That's what it is, Ella. Well, it's Music City, where it's all at. Not just a few hit singles and a couple albums, but thousands of singles, thousands of albums, thousands of tapes. And you can hear them free before deciding what you want. Like this fabulous hit from Dunhill. It's Steppenwolf at your birthday party. And Wallach's Music City's got it at a full $2 off the regular price. Give it a spin. Take it home for $2 off. See Arizona's greatest selection of records, tapes, and albums. Sheet music, books, instruments, stereos, tape recorders, television. If it's music, come to Wallach's Music City.
Get right to the wonderland of music.
Tickets for all major attractions on sale at Wallach's Music City, Tower Plaza, East Thomas Road at 39th Street.
Well, the Giants hope for some action in the sixth inning. It should be a severe test for Santorini as Mays, McCovey, and Bonds will bat, and Bill Thompson will report the action.
Mays 0 for 2, called out on strikes in the first inning and flied to center in the third. Santorini looking to Cannizzaro for a sign as Mays stands in. First pitch to Willie. Low and a dirt on by Cannizzaro, back to the screen for ball one. Nothing count on Willie Mays. Santorini back to the plate. Let up curve is high for ball two.
We need some action this inning, Will.
2-0 count on Mays. Giants trail by 3-0 in the top of the sixth. Santorini's the plate. Ground ball to shortstop. Takes a good hop for Dean, and he throws Mays out for out number one. Willie McCovey, 0 for 2, grounded to first in the second inning and hit a wicked line drive that was caught by the shortstop Tommy Dean, playing on the right side of second base. That coming in inning number 3 with a couple of runners on. Again, the three infielders on the right side. Pena, the third baseman, playing normal shortstop. Santorini's the plate. Curve, called strike. Second baseman Arcia is about 20 feet out on the outfield grass. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing. He did not go through. The ball and a strike. I don't like to say anything, but there's a chicken on the field out in center field. I'm with you, Will. There's a rooster sitting out in the warning track in deep left center field. A 1-1 pitch. Again, McKevey checks. Pitch is low for ball two. One count on McKevey. One out, the base is empty. Giants trail 3-0 in the top of the sixth. Santorini's the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Fastball up around the letters. McKevey didn't get it. So Santorini and McKevey go even at 2-2. Santorini shakes off the first sign from Cannizzaro. Now the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, bounded foul down the first baseline. Fielded by West Western.
Our attention, please. Dr. P43. Dr. P43. Please call your answering service.
To the count. Santorini's pitch. Ground ball, wide of first, knocked down by Colbert. It gets by him and goes out into third right field. And the Giants got a break there as Colbert went wide of the bag. Would have been a routine play for the second baseman, Jose Arcia. Colbert got a glove on the ball. It bounded away from him. So McKevey is on at first base. Colbert is charged with an error. Bonds walked in the second inning, struck out in the fourth. McKelvey at first with one out. Giants down by 3 runs in the top of the 6th. Pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Johnny Stevenson running in from the Giants bullpen. Pitch to Bonds. High for ball 2, and Cannizzaro calls time and runs out to talk to Santorini. Al Ferrara and Ivan Murrell, the left and center fielder, are going to charge the Rooster out in left center field. The Rooster, Morell's got him. Well, Ivan Murrell running along the warning path towards the left field line, carrying the Rooster. If you just tuned in, I'm serious. Yeah. Turns it over to one of the Padres bullpen crew. Santorini still staring out in center field. Blows another bubble with his bubble gum. McKelvey now starts to lead away from first. Is Santorini ready for the 2-0 pitch to Bobby Bonds? Called strike. The 2-1 pitch to Bonds. Called strike 2. That just got the outside corner. 2-2 count on Bonds. McKelvey leads. Santorini's pitch. Get high and deep to left center field. Back goes Morell, and he has room. He's back all the way to the warning path. McKelvey all the way down to second. Has to turn and retreat to first. Bonds gave it a ride, but hit it deep center field. That's exactly the spot where that Rooster had been sitting, where Morell caught the ball. I don't know what that means, but it... So 2 are gone, and Jimmy Hart will be the batter. Pops to second and in the second. Doubled up the left field fence in the 4th. Santorini's pitch. Slider's outside for ball 1. McKelvey at first with 2 outs in the top of the 6th, and the Padres lead 3-0. Santorini's pitch. Called strike. Well, Santorini in on the count at 1-1. Colbert playing behind McKelvey at first base. Santorini to the plate. Curveball misses for ball 2. Santorini ready. 2-1 pitch to Jim Ray. Popped up. Behind second base. Shortstop Dean, the second baseman Arcia. It's Arcia who makes the catch to retire the side. Before the Giants in the 6th, no runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 runner left on. And
your last catch is the
end of 5 1/2. Padres lead up by a score of 3-0. The Giants are announcing that mail orders for tickets for the first 2 games of the 1969 National League Championship Series are now being accepted. Tickets will also be available for purchase at any of the Giants ticket offices on Friday, September 26th. The games are scheduled to be played at Candlestick Park Saturday, October 4th and Sunday, October 5th. The starting time for both dates, 1 o'clock. Ticket prices, $7 for box seats, $5 for reserve, $3 for general admission, and $1 for bleacher seats. Box, reserved, and general admission tickets may be purchased at any of the Giants ticket offices or by mail. Bleacher tickets may be purchased only at the Candlestick Park ticket office or by mail. Payment for the tickets and over-the-counter sale must be in cash or by certified check or money order, made payable to the San Francisco Giants and in the exact amount of the tickets desired. Mail orders should be addressed to San Francisco Giants, Post Office Box 24308. Post Office Box 24308, San Francisco, California, 94124. Mail order payment is to be by certified check or money order made payable to the Giants. The Diet management reserves the right to substitute a reserve seat for a box seat should it be necessary to do so at the time the mail order is processed and refund the difference in cost. If substitutions are not acceptable, it should be so stated on the order. Should the National League Championship Series not be played at Candlestick Park, the tickets are refundable. Refund information appears on the back of each ticket.
Number 26, Ollie Brown.
Right fielder Ollie Brown leads off the bottom of the sixth for the Padres. Ollie doubled to left field in the first inning to drive in Padres' first run and slide to left in the third. Right-handed batter against right-hander Juan Marichal. Marichal cranks up the high kick, breaking pitch low for ball one. Marichal's curveball is high for ball two. 2-0 count on Ollie Brown. Marichal delivers a curve outside for ball three. Marichal way behind on Brown. 3 balls and no strikes. Bob Boland throwing in a bullpen for the Giants. 3-0 pitch. Fastball for a called strike. Juan looking into Jack Hiatt. Now the 3-1 pitch to Brown. Called strike two. Well, Marichal behind on Brown, 3-0. Now runs the count out full at 3-2. The payoff pitch to Ollie Brown. Popped up. Foul and maybe playable for Jack Hiatt heading over towards the railing, and he makes the catch. Ollie Brown fouls out the Giants catcher Jack Hiatt for the first out.
The next batter, number 9, Hal Ferrara.
The Padres batter will be left fielder Hal Ferrara. Struck out in the first inning, slide to left in the third. Ferrara, another right-handed batter. Marichal taking his time, now one into the motion. A big high kick. Slider is just outside for ball one.
Marichal pitched great, Will, since that first inning. He just hasn't been able to get over that Santorini, get over that first run, and get the first man on. We're running out of time here.
Padres in front, 3-0. Pitch to Ferrara. Checks his swing, but the pitch is a called strike. A 1-1 count on Hal Ferrara. 1 out, the base is empty. Marichal's pitch. Called strike two. Fastball good on the inside corner. Ferrara, not overjoyed at the call. 1-2 the count. Marichal's 1-2 delivery. Bounded foul to the left. Count holds with a ball and 2 strikes. Padres got their runs in the first. On a single by Arcia, hit and run single by Pena, a double by Brown for 1 run. And Marichal struck out Ferrara and Colbert with runners at second and third. With Morell's deep fly ball and a warning pass in left field was dropped by Jimmy Hart for a 2-base error, and 2 more runs scored. Marichal back to the plate, 1-2. Breaking pitch swung on and missed. Ferrara is tagged out at the plate as the pitch was into the dirt. Hiatt dug it out, tagged him at the plate. Marichal gets his 7th strikeout. The batter will be the first baseman, Nate Colbert. Struck out in the first, again in the third.
Colbert, first base.
Colbert, right-handed hitter. Marichal's first pitch. Line drive. Base hit. The left center field. Mays over to cut it off. Colbert takes the big turn at first, but holds as Willie throws into second base. So Colbert smashes a single into center field.
Ivan Murrell, center field.
Marichal had retired 12 in a row, 13 in a row. Correct, they make it 14 in a row since Dean singled in the second inning. So Colbert is at first with 2 outs, and Ivan Murrell was safe on an error in the first inning and fly to right in the fourth. Right-handed batter. Colbert bluffs away from first, and Marichal steps off the rubber and bluffs him back in. Colbert with a lead. A short lead. Marichal throws over there. No tag by McCovey. Again, a throw to first by Marichal. Again, Colbert back in easily. Colbert with his lead. Marichal delivers. Swing and a miss on a screwball. Juan looking into Jack Hiatt for a sign. Colbert wanders away from first base. Marichal's pitch. It's a pitch out. A throw to first. Colbert back in. The count on Morell, a ball and a strike. Marichal sets. The pitch to Morell. Line drive off Fuentes' glove. It hits the umpire. Drops down. Fuentes chases it down in foul territory. The Padres have runners at first and second. Line drive to Tito Fuentes' right. He reached out. The ball was off his glove and then hit Shag Crawford as it started to go into foul territory and dropped right there. Kept the base runners from advancing. Back-to-back singles now by Colbert and Morell. The Padres have runners at first and second with 2 outs. The batter will be the catcher, Chris Cannizzaro. Struck out in the first, struck out in the fourth. Colbert at second, Morell at first. First pitch to Cannizzaro. Hard ground ball to right side, but right at Ron Hunt, who flips it to Hal Lanier for the fourth, and the side is retired. Before the Padres in the sixth, no runs on 2 hits. No giant errors, 2 runners left. At the end of 6 full, San Diego 3, and the Giants nothing.
At times, everyone has the feeling they should get away from it all, and we concur. Usually we'll take off for someplace either in northern Arizona or to Old Mexico, or if we have a little more time, to someplace on the Pacific coast. If by chance you are going to the Los Angeles Beverly Hills area, let me suggest you experience the luxurious feeling of staying at the Bel Air Sands Motor Hotel in Beverly Hills, which has 8.5 acres of beautiful tropical gardens and overlooks all of Los Angeles. The homes of famous motion picture and television personalities are nearby. You're close to Restaurant Row, and with connecting freeways, you can be in Los Angeles in just 15 minutes. The cool Pacific Ocean is 8 minutes away, and International Airport 10 minutes. If you give them 24 hours advance notice, the Bel Air Sands Motor Hotel will call for you at the airport. If you are going to get away from it all, go to the Bel Air Sands Motor Hotel at the corner of Sunset Boulevard and the San Diego Freeway in Beverly Hills. For local reservations, call Bridge 57848.
The 7th, the defensive change for San Diego. And to tell you about that in the play-by-play, here's Lon Simmons.
I'm not going to tell about the defensive change.
Ivan Murrell moves from center over to left, and Clarence Gaston goes into play center. So the outfield, Brown in right, Gaston in center, Murrell in left. Don Mason is going to come up to bat for Hiatt. So in the 7th, it will be Mason and Stevenson for Lanier. And probably someone for Marichal because Bob Bullen's throwing in the bullpen.
Your attention, please. Pitching for Hiatt, number 21, Don Mason.
So Mason will lead off here. I guess there's no chance we can make a quick deal for Yastrzemski and some of those guys today.
For a little 3-run home run, you mean?
Yeah. Mason up here takes a high fastball for a ball, 1-0.
Just get the first man on, Lon, and get ourselves a little action going. They keep getting the first man out, and that kind of stops us.
Mason takes low and inside for ball 2. Don was in last night as a pinch runner and then batted once and struck out, hitting .230. He's batting left-handed. Takes inside, ball 3. 3-0. So Santorini had a 3-0 count on a big spot right here for the Giants. As Riggs said, trying to get the leadoff man on. Santorini behind 3-0. If Mason can work his way on with a walk here. 3-0 pitch. Strike, 3-1. Right side of the infield is backed up. Pena playing close at third. 3-1 pitch is strike 2 called. So Santorini comes in with the next 2, and it's a full count of 3-2. Giants trail 3-0 in the top of the 7th. Swing and a fly ball to right field. Ollie Brown comes in to make the catch. Out number 1. So Santorini got behind 3-0 and then got him out.
Your attention, please. Hitting from the near, number 10, John Stevenson.
All right, let's start that all over again. Let me remind you of the finest sportswear at Ruth Atkins. Sportswear with the Hawk label. Slack from $25. Sports coats starting at $59.50. Hawk exclusively at Ruth Atkins. John Stevenson up here to act as a batter. John pinch hit last night and got a sacrifice fly, remained in the ball game and flied out in his next attempt without a runner at third. So 1 down. John takes a fastball strike. 0-1. Stevenson hitting .250. 1 out, bases empty in the 7th. Low for a ball, 1-1. I wonder if you could get a note down to Santorini and tell him he's supposed to get tired. 1-1 count to Stevenson. Breaking pitch on the inside for a strike, 1-2. There's no doubt that in these games tonight and last night, the Giant hitting has been bad. It's a question. Then you go to the question whether the pitching has been that good or the hitting's been bad. That's always a moot point. Swing and a miss, and Stevenson is out on strike. We'll pause for station identification. It's the Golden West Radio Network.
KUPD in Tempe.
Dave Marshall's going to bat for Marichal.
Your attention, please. Pitching for Marichal, number 18, Dave Marshall.
So with 2 down and the base is empty. Marshall swings and misses, strike 1. Two out. Pitch is high for a ball. 1-1. 2 out and the base is empty as Marshall bats for Marichal. And the next pitch inside for a ball. 2-1. So Santorini working with 2 out and the base is empty.
swing and a foul at the plate. 2-2. Santorini isn't messing around with these pinch hitters. He's just throwing the ball by him. He's thrown a couple of breaking pitches. Good ones on the inside, but they haven't been able to handle it. Right-hander getting the sign and the target. Nods his head yes, then the 2-2 pitch. Inside for a ball. 3-2. We're in the top of the 7th. Padres 3 runs in the first inning, 2 of them unearned on a drop fly ball with 2 outs. But 1 would be enough so far. Swing and a foul over the screen. Stays at 3-2. Have just 3 hits. Three-two pitch. Very high for ball 4. So Marshall draws a 2-out walk.
Next batter, number 29, Tito Fuentes, third base.
And Tito Fuentes will be the batter. He has a base hit, has walked, and has popped up. 3-0, the Padres in front. We're in the top of the 7th, 2 down. Marshall at first. Pitch to Fuentes, swung on and missed, strike 1.
Santorini's been able to come back after looking like he might have lost a little when walking Marshall to get right ahead of the next hitter. That was a good pitch, a good fastball, down, and not much Tito could have done with it.
The 1-strike count to it. The 1-strike pitch. High for a ball. 1-1. Ball on the strike to Fuentes.
However, Lon, he does look like he's starting to lose a little now, and it's been a long time since he pitched.
1-1 pitch. Strike 2 over the outside. 1-2. It was the same situation last night that Kirby, when he started to lose some, still the Giants couldn't come up with that hit that they needed in the spot. When there was a chance that the young fella could have staggered, and that's the situation here tonight with Santorini, although Santorini hasn't had much difficulty along the way. He's been powerful all the way up to now, but it does look like when he tries to put that little extra on his pitch that he doesn't have good control of it. The 1-2 pitch is high, and it goes by the catcher. Cannizzaro comes back to pick it up, but Marshall goes down to second. It'll be a wild pitch. So we can start screaming, rally, 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 for a walk and a wild pitch. That's been about the biggest thing the Giants have had to cheer about tonight. Marshall at second, and Fuentes now with a count of 2-2. 2 down. 3-0, the Padres in front. 2-2 pitch. Pop foul back into the seat. Two balls, 2 strikes to Fuentes. Cannizzaro goes out to talk to Santorini. Might be asking him if his bubble gum is wearing out. He hasn't been popping it as much lately. Or might be asking him whose picture he got on the bubble gum card. Hey, did you get a picture of me on that card? How did I look? Was it profile? Did you ever have your picture on a bubble gum card, Rick? 2-2 pitch, fouled over the screen.
They were kind of scarce. The kids used to really look for them, Ron. Not too many of them were printed. One of those years, it was a special picture.
Imagine that, man. It's probably one of those collector's items deals. You know, the kids call around. Do you have a picture of number 18?
It's the only one I ever had taken with a bat.
2-2 pitch. Bounded to second base. Easy chance for Arcia. Throws to first, and Fuentes is retired. And here in the 7th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left on.
We go to the bottom of the seventh. The score, the Padres 3, the Giants nothing.
Hi, this is Robert Goulet saying, it's Music City.
That's the place, Bob. Wallach's Music City, where you find all the action in the music world. It's where you get a credit of a full $1 for any old stereo LP on any item in the record department over $1.98. And Wallach's Music City has them all, new and old. How about this great new album from Columbia? It's Dr. Birds and Mr. Hyde. And Wallach's Music City's got it right now at $2 full off. Give it a spin and take it home for $2 off. Or maybe your bag is stereo tape. At Wallach's Music City, you can hear the album free, then decide if you want album or tape. And it can be 4-track, 8-track, reel-to-reel, cassette. You name it, you've got it at Wallach's Music City.
Gateway to the wonderland of music.
Tickets for all major attractions on sale at Wallach's Music City, Tower Plaza, East Thomas Road at 39th Street.
Bob Boland is out to pitch. John Stevenson will do the catching. Tito Fuentes moves to short. Don Mason takes over at third. And as we go to the bottom of the seventh, the Giants trail 3-0. Boland will pitch to Tommy Dean. Marichal went 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, only one of which was earned, 6 hits. After that first inning struggle, Marichal pitched very well. And the score should only be 1-0 right now. Had Jimmy Hart made the catch on the ball, he didn't, so it's 3-0. So you can't. The Padres aren't going to let him take it back. And if they were thinking about taking it back, I'm sure Atlanta would call up and object to it. Dean, Santorini, and Arcia against Bob Boland. Atlanta and Cincinnati won tonight. Dean fouls it away, strike one. Right-hander Bob Boland working. Here in the bottom of the seventh, as the Giants trail 3-0. So the Giants were worried about San Diego after the sweep over the Dodgers, and the Padres are showing them they have every right to be. Line drive off the mitt of Boland. Fuentes has it by second and throws to first. That was a solid line drive. Boland got his glove on the ball, slowed it down so that it hit just in front of second base, and Fuentes was able to get the ball and throw to first. So it's a 1-6-3 put out. And Santorini gets a great hand as he comes out to bat. Last night, the Giants lost. It was their own fault because San Diego gave them enough chances to win. Tonight, Santorini has not opened the door at all. San Diego did not beat the Giants last night. The Giants beat themselves. Swing by Santorini and a drive down the right field line. Barnes is over to make the catch for the second out. Bob Boland better be a bigger mystery to the big hitters in the lineup than he has to the number 8 and number 9 hitters, because they've both stepped up and taken a crack at the ball. Defensive Bob, he hasn't seen much action lately. Pretty tough to walk out there. Sometimes you have to have somebody point you towards the mound. It's a little difficult to find.
The next man at number 5, Jose Arcia, second base.
Jose Arcia, who has singled in 3 trips, comes up. 2 down, bases empty. Tonight, the Giants opened the door for the Padres with the drop fly ball on the first. But as we said, as of right now, the Padres only need 1 run. The first one that they got that was earned in that inning. Fastball inside to Arcia, ball 1. 3 consecutive hits. Arcia, Pena, and Ollie Brown giving the Padres a run, and then the drop fly ball giving them 2 more. 1-0 pitch. Swung on, hit deep to left center field. That ball is way back there, and it is off the wall. Mays fields and throws in as Arcia has himself a stand-up double. There's
There's nobody else throwing in the bullpen for the Giants. And it's going to take a while for somebody to get heated up, so apparently Bolin is going to ride it out here. He has not fooled anybody, the three hitters he's pitched to. And the batter now, Roberto Pena. We're in the bottom of the seventh, the runner at second and 2 out. Swing and a pop foul. Oh, my. That pitch was up where Pena liked it. He took a healthy cut and fouled it off. Strike one.
It's like one of those hitters, Ron, that likes the ball around his cap. There are hitters like that. They can't hit the ball around their shoulders, but you get around their eye level or cap level, and they just tomahawk it. And he looks like that kind of a wild swinger.
So with 2 out, Arcia at second. Arcia really hitting the long ball off the wall at the 370 mark. Swing and a miss. Bolin threw him a good pitch that time. He hummed it. Count of 0-2 to Pena. Bolin is not in a position where he can afford to give up a run. Giants had enough trouble making one. They don't want to have to make 4 to tie or 5 to win it. Down goes Pena. Fastball right under his chin. Count of 1-2. 3 runs on 7 hits and 1 error for the Padres. No runs on 3 hits and an error for the Giants. Pena waits, and Bolin looks at second. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. Good going, Bob. No run on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left on. At the end of 7, the score, the Padres 3 and the Giants nothing.
Planning to add to your truck fleet? Then before you buy, why not actually put a similar unit on the job, make certain it's the right size, and has the right equipment? All it takes is a call to Ryder Truck Rental at 272-1388. The world's best truck rental and leasing company with all types of well-maintained late-model tractors and trailers instantly available. Ryder can furnish bobtails in 16 and 20-foot lengths with lift gates if desired, stakes, vans, and refrigerated vans, 2 or 3 axle tractors, and semi-flat, semi-vans, or semi-reefer trailers. Tractors by Peterbilt, Freightliner, or International, with refrigerated cabs for the driver's comfort. There's just no end to the variety of equipment available from Ryder Truck Rental, so decide on the best unit for your needs, then give them a call at 272-1388. For your extra convenience, Ryder Truck Rental is open weekdays from 6 a.m. to midnight and all days Saturday and Sunday. 272-1388. That's Ryder Truck Rental, the number 272-1388.
Now it's time to play Bye Bye Baby Bonanza for $1,100. Remember, you've got to get your entries on that postcard in before Friday midnight. They must be postmarked no later than Friday midnight to be eligible for the announcements of next week. And Rig, for $1,100, Ron Hunt will be swinging the bat.
Well, Ron Hunt swings for Evelyn D. Brostrom at 2246 Beach Street in San Francisco, 94123. Evelyn D. Brostrom.
The Giants, 3 down, will send up Hunt, Mays, and McCovey against Al Santorini, who has been some sort of a master out there tonight. And he winds and throws to Hunt, who takes low for ball 1. One ball and no strikes. Santorini delivers again. Hunt is taking. It's a called strike. The Giants have 132 home runs this year, and they certainly could use a few right now. Or a few base hits, bases on balls, ahead of a home run. Cannizzaro with the sign, the pitch. Hunt was going to bunt it and got hit with the pitch. And so did Chris Pellicutis as it bounced off Hunt and then hit Chris Pellicutis. And Pena, hustling all the way, comes in and picks up the ball, thinking Hunt might be trying to go to second base. It got Pellicutis on the left hand or wrist. And, of course, there's the extreme possibility, and we hope that's not so, of a fracture. And the trainer of the San Diego Padres comes out, and he's using some of the freezing lotion that they use, and that's the sign for Dave Roberts and Tom Dukes to throw in the bullpen as Santorini did what he did not want to do. He got a runner on the bases to start the inning, and it's only the second time in the ballgame that the Giants have had their leadoff batter on. Rig, Willie Mays swinging for 601 will also be swinging for $1,100.
And he swings for Hazel L. Nelson at 243 Dillon Avenue in Campbell, California. 95008 Hazel L. Nelson.
Hunt leads at first. The Padres lead 3-0. Santorini throws to Mays, who slaps it foul. 24 times that Ron Hunt has been winged with a pitch. Pelacutis stays gamely in the game. Whether he can use the left hand very much, we don't know. Here's the pitch to Mays. A big swing and a miss on a slider, and it's 0-2. So Mays backs out. Santorini's had him on the hip. Mays has not hit the ball well. The young right-hander, who has 7 strikeouts, stretches, throws. Mays takes high and away. Ball 1 and 2 strikes. Colbert keeping Hunt close to first, playing a step behind him. With nobody down and Santorini ready, throws to Mays. There's a take low. Cannizzaro and Santorini not overjoyed about that. Very big crowd for San Diego, warming to the occasion. Santorini throwing 2-2 to Mays. Strikes him out, foul tips the ball. He stays alive. Cannizzaro couldn't hold on. And Mays asked that Cannizzaro let umpire Chris Pelacutis inspect the baseball, and that one is thrown out. And Cannizzaro is mad because he dropped the foul tip. No catcher can be too sure of those. They come off that bat with a lot of spin. Even up at 2-2. Santorini bowing his neck, and Mays attempting to do the same thing. Hunt with his lead. Santorini sets. He throws to Mays, and it's high for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The Giants fighting for their pennant lives. Santorini looking. Hunt leading. Here's the stretch. The pitch to Mays is low and outside. Ball 4. The Giants with 2 big feet in the door now, and Preston Gomez out in a hurry as Santorini has walked his 5th man. And you can't blame him for not grooving anything. For Willie Mays, who had, and Gomez is calling Pena over. He wants to talk to him. He wants to get the third baseman, the pitcher, the catcher, and Colbert into the conference. But I do not believe he signaled to the bullpen. I know what it is. It's how to play against McCovey. How they will shift for McCovey. And McCovey tonight has grounded to first, lined to short, been safe on an error. And rigged, who is McCovey swinging for the Bonanza for?
Well, McCovey's swinging for Francis Cleverly at 4331 34th Avenue in Sacramento, 95824. Francis Cleverly.
3 infielders on the right side. The pitch to McCovey. Santorini pours it in there for a called strike. Caught at second, Mays at first. Frank Lindsay throwing for the Giants. Bobby Bonds will follow. Arcia, the second baseman, is out in short right field. Santorini throws to McCovey and hits him. McCovey is hit with a pitch ball, and the bases are loaded. That That will bring up Bobby Bonds. McCovey got that one fairly well on the knee. And now Preston Gomez is coming out. That has to be all for Al Santorini. McCovey walking slowly to first base, and trainer Leo Hughes walking along with him. And it will be either Dukes or Roberts coming in. And we'll see who it will be. Dukes, number 44, a right-hander. Roberts, number 15, a left-hander. And Santorini, who gets wild here in the 8th inning, gets a big ovation as he comes out, and the pitcher will be Tom Dukes. Dukes, no wins, no defeats, has pitched only 14 innings. And he has given up 17 hits, has walked 7, and he has an earned run average of 7.71. Hit one time Houston property. To everybody in Reno, Bergie wholesaler Bill Harrison asked us to say hello for him. Bill hopes you've enjoyed every game during the 69 season, along with Bergie. A comfortable beer. Let's hear it now, Rig. Who will Bobby Bonds be swinging for the Bye-Bye Baby Bonanza?
Well, with the bases full, Russ, Bobby swings for Cal Calloway at 825 West Vassar Avenue in Fresno, California, 93705. Cal Calloway.
Well, that could be an omen. We've had a couple of Fresno winners already. Big ones. I think it was $2,600 and $2,200.
Might be the week for the Fresnos.
Kind of been a Fresno season. So as a result of wildness on the part of Al Santorini, the trainer leaves the field, Leo Hughes, and McCovey is all right. Mays is at second. Hunt is at third. Hunt was hit by a pitch. Mays walked on 3 and 2. And McCovey was hit by a pitch. And the San Diego Padres leading 3-0. Dukes appears to have a pretty good curveball, and that has been the downfall in a lot of times of Bobby Bonds this year. So, if ever anybody's had a chance to be a giant hero, it's Bobby Bonds at this stage. Jack Balchin and Dave Roberts go in the bullpen. Dukes, a long, tall right-hander, built something like the former great Cub right-hander, Lonnie Warneke. With nobody down, Dukes winds and throws to Bobby Bonds. He swings on a slider. Jimmy Hart will follow. San Diego leading 3-0. The runner's ready to go. Tom Dukes throws to Bonds. There's a swing and a high pop foul that will be out of play. With 31 home runs, he's had a Bye-Bye Baby Bonanza winner, and he's had 84 runs batted in. Cannizzaro out to talk to Tom Dukes. Frank Lindsay in the Giants bullpen.
He hung both those curves to Bobby, Russ, and Bob just swung through the first one and just missed that one. And he probably went out to go, we shouldn't get the ball down, but I'm pulling for another hanger.
Dukes ready. The target from Cannizzaro. And the pitch to Bobby Bonds. It's outside, a breaking pitch for ball 1. He has not thrown anything but breaking stuff yet, so we can't give you our idea of how hard he throws. Now the 1 and 2 pitch to Bonds. Swung on. That will bring up Jimmy Hart, who is something of the goat of the game, with an error that allowed 2 runs to score. He can redeem himself here. He's also swinging for $1,100 for
Sylvia Ramsey. And a ladies' night tonight, Russ, at 2323 V Street, apartment 3 in Sacramento, California, 95818. Sylvia Ramsey.
Here's the pitch to Jimmy Hart. High and inside for ball 1. 1 down. No hitter out for the Giants. It's due to be Don Mason, but he's not out in the on-deck circle. 3-0 San Diego. Dukes into the windup. The pitch to Jim Hart. Low and outside for ball 2. the count. Hart batting .259, has one double tonight. Now the pitch. Hart takes a called strike on the outside corner. So Dukes has a count of 2-1. Bunt down the line at third. The pitch on the way to Hart. Swung on and set high and deep to center field. That will score Hart. Mays will not try to move up. That makes it 3-1. Mays holds at second, Mckelvey at first. As the ball is caught in center field by Clarence Gaston. A sacrifice fly. And Leon Wagner will come up to swing the bat in place of Don Mason.
And Daddy Wags will swing for Charles Clem, or Clemmy, at 591 Dolores Street in San Francisco, 94110, Charles Clem.
Wagner with a batting average of .500. That's 3 out of 6, strictly as a pinch hitter. Has walked one time, and he has 2 runs batted in. So Dukes, with tantalizing, slow-breaking stuff, has certainly throttled this rally, but it's still alive as Wagner will be the batter. Mays at second, Mckelvey at first, Frank Lindsay throwing in the bullpen. Johnny Stevenson to follow.
Just this kind of pitcher, little three-quarters. I never used to like to bring anyone in like this to pitch to Wagner. Wags always hit this style of pitching very well, and we could certainly stand a double right now.
And Dukes is ready. He sets to throw. He pitches to Wagner, who takes it high for ball 1. Mays at second base, Mckelvey at first. 3-1, San Diego leading. Number 38, Leon Wagner. And here's the stretch. The pitch to Wags is swung on and set high to left field, down the line. Over toward the corner. Over in there is Morell. He's got it. He'll retire the crowd. When the Giants fail to tie it up. And we fail to produce a bye-bye baby bonanza winner. It'll be $1,200 tomorrow. 1 run on no hits, no errors, and 2 left on. Going to the bottom of the 8th inning, the score of the ball game, the Padres lead 3-1.
Hi, this is Nancy Wilson saying, it's Music City.
You said it right, Nancy. It's Wallach's Music City for the big action. Everything in music for the whole family. Television, stereo, instruments, and Arizona's greatest selection of records, tapes, and accessories. Like this hot new album hit from Reprise. It's Jethro Tull on the Chrysalis label, and at Wallach's Music City, it's $2 full off right now. Give it a spin and take it home for $2 off. How much music? Would you believe over 20,000 selections? Everyone fresh, sealed, even gift wrapped if you like. The door to Wallach's Music City is the...
Get right to the wonderland of music.
Tickets for all major attractions on sale at Wallach's Music City, Tower Plaza, East Thomas Road at 39th Street.
Bobby Bolin throwing for the Giants. Jimmy Davenport, the forgotten man of the Giant Ball Club, at third. And Ollie Brown will be the batter. Ollie drove in the first big run of the evening. He drove in the winning run last night. Bolin looking over at big number 26. Delivers to the plate to Ollie. There's a swing and a miss on a slider, strike 1. Won the count. Big Bob into the windup for the next delivery. Low and inside, a ball and a count of 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to number 26, Ollie Brown. Outfield is deep for the Big O. Here's the pitch, swung on and bounded wide of third. Into left field. Hart rushes in, picks it up, throws it back into Fuentes at shortstop. Clean single for Brown, and the batter now will be Clarence Gaston. Gaston's batting average, .265. Brown leads at first. The Giants don't know whether to play for the bunt or not. Boland delivers. Gaston was going to bunt it, but takes a called strike. Stevenson bounced up, ready to throw. Nate Colbert will follow. San Diego out hitting the Giants 8-3. Now the pitch, it's bunted down the third baseline. It goes foul. Gaston runs down to first, but he will have to come back. Ollie Brown returns to first. Clarence Gaston, number 21, a right-handed hitter. And Boland checking with Johnny Stevenson. Delivers to the plate, a fastball low, dropped by Stevenson, no advance. Wally Moon coaching at first, keeping his eye on Ollie Brown over there, who has his second hit. Ollie leading. Ball club that likes to hit and run. He goes. The 1-2 pitch is belted to Fuentes, who throws to second in time. Back to first in time for the double play. Ollie Brown almost ate up Ron Hunt at second as he was going hard. It was a made-to-order double play ball, but Brown almost broke it up. He couldn't tie up Ron Hunt, who threw to Mckelvey, and the Giants have the big double play. They're 155th, and Nate Colbert will be the batter.
That's a good play all around, Russ, and it came at just at the right time. We couldn't give up any more runs or let any more base runners, so maybe we're alive.
Here's Colbert. The pitch by Boland. Low and outside for ball 1. Boland winds, delivers to the plate. It's too high for ball 2. Colbert, the leading home run hitter of the Padres, with 23. And this ballpark discourages a power hitter. You've really got to pelt him here. Boland rocks and delivers. Colbert takes low and inside, ball 3. Ivan Morell will follow. Boland pumps and delivers. That one is inside, so far inside that Colbert falls. Didn't hit him. And he gets the base on balls. The first off Boland. And
number 20, Ivan Murrell.
I don't think we've made a station break. Let's pause now for station identification. This is the Golden West Radio Network.
KUPD in Tempe.
Ivan Morell, a right-handed hitter. Nate Colbert at first. Boland delivers to Morell, a swing and a miss on a fastball, and it's 1-1. Rather, it's 0-1. 3-1, San Diego. Bottom of the 8th inning. Boland looks at first, now throws. That's outside for a ball. Counts 1-1. Ball on a strike. The look at first. There goes the runner. The ball swung on and missed. The throw to second base. Colbert's got it stolen. Ron Hunt puts up a slight argument with Frank Desselin, but I don't think his heart's in it. Colbert stole it. Now Clyde King runs out to talk to Bob Bolin. Undoubtedly discussing whether to walk this hitter or not, Morell, or to get to Cannizzaro. Turned into a pretty good hitter. Frank Rehberger is throwing in the bullpen. Fuentes tried for a pickoff throw, but Bolin wasn't in the mood to throw there. The 1-2 stretch. Bolin delivers to Morell, who check swings. Chris Pellicudis refused to ask. They ask Doug Harvey. He says he didn't swing, and it's ball 2 and strike 2. Pellicudis points emphatically into the Giants' dugout. 2-2 pitch to Morell is inside for ball 3. Colbert at second. Morell waiting on a 3-2 pitch as Bolin looks at Johnny Stevenson. From the stretch, he delivers to Morell, who checks, and the ball is foul back. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And 2 the count. Colbert leading at second. Here's the ready for the next delivery. It swung on and popped up to first base, and McCovey has it to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left at the end of 8 innings. The San Francisco Giants trailed 3-1.
Old Mexico is most intriguing almost any time of the year. If you haven't been down toward Nogales and the border, we suggest you pile the family in the car and have yourself a most delightful weekend. We can even tell you where to stay. You'll be most comfortable. You can relax and also enjoy a golf course that extends all privileges. We're talking about the Sands Luxury Motor Hotel in Tucson. You can soak up the warm Arizona sunshine beside an Olympic-sized swimming pool, dine in the privacy of your own room, the main dining room, or the coffee shop. In fact, the Sands Luxury Motor Hotel of Tucson is a must when you're on your way to Old Mexico, which incidentally is just 65 miles south of the Sands of Tucson. Should you want to arrange for convention facilities, well, then by all means contact the Sands of Tucson, and for local reservations in Phoenix, just call 275-7848 or your local travel agent.
Against Tom Dukes, the Giants will send up Johnny Stevenson, followed by Bob Ferda and Tito Fuentes. And Frank Rehberger is throwing in the bullpen. And in case you've joined us late, our sincere congratulations to the New York Mets, who have locked up the Eastern Division title. They needed no help. They did it for themselves. They took the Cardinals today with Clendenon getting a pair of home runs and Ed Charles another. The Chicago Cubs, who led so long, will have to settle for second place in the Eastern Division. Dukes throws to Stevenson high for ball 1. One of the good crowds of the season here tonight, 14,614. Johnny Stevenson struck out his last time up as a pinch hitter. Tom Dukes throws, and Stevenson takes a high slider for a called strike. Letter high on the inside. Bob Berta will act as a pinch hitter. 1-1 delivery. Stevenson clubs it foul down the right field line. That might have comped a nugget or two down in the right field corner, but I don't think anybody's injured. Nobody on, nobody out. Stevenson leading off. Batting average of 250. Morell delivers to Stevenson, who takes outside, and it's ball 2 and strike 2. Tom Dukes, the pitcher. Johnny Stevenson, the hitter. Only one defensive change. Morell in left with Gaston in center, and that was made 3 or 4 innings ago. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Stevenson nubs it off the glove of the pitcher to the shortstop, Dean, who goes to first in time. Bob Berta will be the Giants' batter.
Your attention, please. Pitching for bowler number 19, Bob Berta.
Berta batting 231. Will be followed by Tito Fuentes. Number 19, a left-handed batter. He has helped the Giants pull chestnuts out of the fire many a time this year. Batting for Bolin. And Tom Dukes with Fuentes to follow. Trying to get the ball over. Throws to Berta. Strike called over the outside corner. Al Santorini was taken out when he got wild, and Dukes came on to really throttle the Giants. Now he throws. Berta takes outside, and it's a ball and a strike. And the relieving ace, Frank Rehberger, will be ready to come in if needed. 1-1 pitch. Berta takes strike 2 on the inside corner. One ball, 2 strikes. Three to 1 San Diego. Tom Dukes into the windup. Delivers to Berta. Inside, it's ball 2 and strike 2. Now the 2-2 pitch. Berta sends a high drive deep to right field. Back goes Ollie Brown. That ball is gone. You can tell it. Bye-bye, baby. A home run for Bob Berta. His 3rd pinch hit home run of the year. He hit it over the 370-foot mark, and it gives the Giants a chance. Makes it 3-2 in favor of San Diego and brings up Tito Fuentes. Some comfortable time right away. Pour yourself the beer that's brewed with soft water. Bergie, the comfortable beer. Berta has 6 home runs on the year, and that's the 3rd one hit in a pinch hitting role. Tito Fuentes, the Giants batter. Frank Lindsay in the bullpen. That's just the Giants' 4th hit. And Dukes winds and throws to Tito. The pitch. Fastball on the inside corner. He hasn't been going to the fastball very often. Berta hit one for a home run. Ron Hunt to follow. Here's the delivery. Outside and high for ball 1 and strike 1. Lanky Tom Dukes throws, and Tito slaps it foul past third base. Roberto Pena almost caught the ball in foul territory as he plays that close to the third baseline for Fuentes, the left-handed hitter. And shortstop Tommy Dean is playing Fuentes over in the hole as though he's a strong right-handed pull hitter. One out. San Diego leading 3-2. Dukes throws to Tito. He swings and misses strike three. And Ron Hutt will be the Giants' last hope to keep from being a game and a half behind the Atlanta Braves and a game off on the losing side.
Number 33, Ron Hutt, second base.
Hutt with a batting average of .262. With Willie Mays to follow. Rehberger and Roberts in the bullpen. Hutt has had a single and been hit by a pitch. And Dukes throws to Ron. Ball one is a bit too high. I had to wait for Chris Cannizzaro to call that one because it was a borderline pitch. Mays will follow. Dukes delivers. Hutt takes a strike, and it's a ball and a strike. Big opening in right center field. Dukes delivers to Hutt, who swings and fouls it back. And the Giants are down to their last strike for this game. Cannizzaro runs out and talks to Dukes. Now the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hutt doesn't dare take anything close to the plate. As Dukes delivers. Hutt is almost hit in the head. He doesn't mind getting hit with pitches, but not in the head. If it had been anywhere else, he'd have taken it. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We need a base runner, Russ. I don't think I could think of anyone in this club that you'd rather see up there right now, just to get on the base.
And that's what Ron is concentrating on doing. Dukes delivers 2 and 2, and Hutt pops it up, and that'll be the ball game, I believe. It's right over at the stand. Cannizzaro makes the catch. The ball game is over. San Diego has won it 3-2, and we'll have the totals for you in 1 moment.
Hi there, this is Dean Martin.
It's Music City.
My boy Dino, Wallach's Music City. Where it's at, that's where you'll find more than just a piece of the action, because their bag is total music. If it's not at Wallach's Music City, man, it's nowhere. Hey, look what's hot on the Capitol label. It's Ohio players and observations in time. And at Wallach's Music City, it's $2 full off right now. Give it a spin and take it home for $2 off. And do you know you can listen before you decide? That's right, free listening booths are part of the action, which is one good reason why they call Wallach's Music City. Get right to the wonderland of music.
Tickets for all major attractions on sale at Wallach's Music City, Tower Plaza, East Thomas Road at 39th Street.